Lovely, jubbly, just tricked you there. Sudden. That's got to be reviewed, especially on the Perfectdraft Pro. And this is quite a lot heavier. Especially when I went to oh, Jesus. Good afternoon, people. Right, just pausing and starting and stopping, but we got it right in the end. So, Brewser, talk about them. Okay, so
this is a gentle reminder that when you subscribe to things, you've got to be really careful about when you pause, when you cancel your subscription. It's really important that you take the time to look over your options and not get caught out, because you could end up with bills that you're not expecting.
Yep, like me. £38. So, right, what it is, I've got 8 beers for £38 that I didn't want, that I didn't order. Yes, you can argue I should have cancelled my subscription, but it was just paused for a couple of months. Obviously, if I was choosing, I wouldn't have chose what I got. But all I got was an email saying that your beers are packed and ready to go with DHL, and I thought, oh, God, okay, so anyway, I found out obviously yesterday that the beers are from Two Flints, which, yep, as I've put a post up today on Facebook, and everyone's been very like, they're great, they're great. They might be great for you, but for me, they're pretty much not going to be great.
It isn't what he would have chose, so I think the little bit of the thing is, really do look when you subscribe to things, because you're getting a great deal for the first month or whatever else. Be really careful that you keep an eye on these things. So
anyway, I get my package today without, she'll keep butting in. I do apologise about her, but she's very lively today. But I get my thing today, and it from Two Flints, which is a brewery that I was going to visit, because they're actually in Goswell Hill Arches in Windsor, which is actually where I come from. I actually used to work in Charlie's Horse restaurant 35 years ago. So there you go. God, I'm getting on, and I. I know the. Well, I don't know the proprietor, but I had a conversation. No, more of a disagreement, not a conversation. That's quite different, because they kicked my post out of their stupid group, UK Craft Beer, whatever you call it. I don't know, 23,000 members. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's cool. But it's not really cool, because they said that Camden wasn't craft beer. I say it was, and they gave me all these warnings, which I think is like being at school, you know. I don't know if, mate, you grew up at school in Windsor.
I think I can see this from both points of view. I can see that these guys are saying that craft beer is non-corporate. It comes from a smaller brewer that are brewing limited batches of things.
And they were limited batches of the beers I shared.
Camden that he was at. So I can see it from both points of view.
And it's because Camden are owned by AB InBev, they don't like them like they don't like Heineken, which I do get that point.
It is a corporate company, which could probably eliminate it from the craft brew market if you are being...
There's still limited craft beers. If you're being pathetic.
If you're being pedantic.
Anyway, on a plus side, yeah, I said I was going to go down there and do a video, and he was quite prepared to do that with me, which so I'll give him that one, right? Anyway, like it or not, I'm going to get to try his brews from here, because I've got the box. So you've got 8 beers. You've got Stitch Up being the one that we're going to review in a minute. You've got Nectron Hazy IPA, 6.5. Stitch Up 7%, by the way, West Coast Ale. You've got the DH Mossack, which is West Coast again at 6%. You have Alma Hazy Pale Ale. Could be named after Alma Road in Windsor, maybe. One would think. 4.8% that one. You've got Tilted New Zealand Pale Ale, 5.4%. You've got Santiago, a 3.8% Hazy Pale Ale. Well, if I'm paying £4.75 for that, something's very wrong. Just my opinion, but I think I'm pretty much entitled to that. You've got another, what's that? I don't like doubles either, because if you don't like one, and you're stuck with 2, then you've got a problem, haven't you? So obviously I put the doubles there. £4.75 a can. Jesus.
Did you get 2 of the weaker one?
No,
Oh,
no,
you did.
no.
So
But, yeah,
you
but
got to give them that. They didn't
I'll
just
tell you what.
stitch you up with the weaker ones.
I'll give them that. There you go. Right. First thing, if I was running that brewery, and it was the box when you don't choose on Brewser, I'd make sure you got the glass, because all of us love branded glasses. We actually don't at the moment. We're trying to get them out, not in. But if I was at someone else, it'd make a hell of a lot of difference. So that glass, it would cost them about £2 to make, if that.
For a lot of people, it's always
It's
a really
important,
nice
yeah.
addition, and people like putting things on social media, so it is also plugging the product.
Oh yeah.
It's a good thing to do.
If I could
if you can do it.
I'd give the glasses here, there, and everywhere. But yeah, as I say, £4.75. That's not cheap, is it? Yeah, we've heard some good things about them, and granted, them, as I said earlier on the Facebook post today, there's a lot of good things about them, but especially this one, Tilted. And I do pick up people's comments. I do read everything, even though I just write likes. I'm not just doing it. I put a post up for a reason.
This isn't a box that Paul would have picked because, let's face it, Paul's favourite styles are not pale ales or IPAs. So this isn't going to be something he would have picked out, and I think that is rubbing against the grain a little bit.
Well, yeah, I like a Weizen beer.
To play devil's advocate with the double ups, they weren't the lower percentage ones. I'm glad that they were the higher ones, so that's all cool.
Yeah, but
I think the costs are rising for brewers
we get that
everywhere when they're independent.
Well, yeah, if they go into a job, then do it, deliver. You know, at the end of the day, there's not a Pils, there's not a Hells, there's not a Weizen, there's not a Sour, and they're my top 4 beers.
This is what they specialise in.
That's
so
fair enough.
You should have been a little bit more aware of what you subscribe to and how you manage that subscription.
Well, actually, they could have given me a little notification that said,
as well.
by the way, you're pausing.
I'm trying to be fair on every aspect of this.
Yeah.
That's
and
why I did start out with the warning, because people do sign up to these things without thinking about, oh, this could come back. I've done it before.
Yeah,
I did it with a makeup product that was really expensive that I didn't think justified the price, and so I forgot to cancel this subscription. I had to send the product back. But it is down to you as the individual to make sure that you are managing your subscriptions properly.
It's not the box I would have picked. As I say, I was intending to go there anyway to show Michelle where I used to work and everything, wasn't it?
This is really interesting for me. These are the kind of beers that I would pick out.
Which
So
is
I'm on
lucky
a
for me. Because if I didn't have her, I'm stuck with 8 beers here that
you wouldn't be able to drink.
Could I drink them at a push? Yeah, but it's not my preferred choice. And as I say, I do think that Brewster, they're getting a real big company. And I know loads of people hero worship them. I get that. I personally, from my own experiences, don't think they're that good. Which I think I'm entitled to my own opinion. And that's through boxes I've had in the past as well. Nothing's really... There's always been like some dodgy ones.
Okay. That's totally your right to be able to say that.
At £38 a time, you don't want dodgy ones. I know you can go on the lower boxes and everything. Like I say, they did a nice write-up. You've got the write-up there, haven't you, somewhere? And
it's here.
it was really nice. All this, nice sticker.
It is nice to be able to research the hops that are used and to look to the ingredients they're using, the hops they're using, to look at the taste profile so you know what you're expecting. I enjoy that side of things. This for me is a great box. I would probably, if I had the available cash, quite happily pay that for what I'm going to get. I haven't tried them yet, so I still have to sit on the fence a little bit. We will see.
Right, so, okay, we've got that point across. It was a quick point, it took us nearly 9 minutes, but anyway, we are now doing 2 Flints. It's been out for a little while, as you can see. Stitch Up was the appropriate one because stitched up, you know. West Coast IPA, 7% volume in a 440ml can. we don't have the siren glass. We thought we had the siren glass,
Yeah,
but we
because
looked
this is a
around.
collaboration with
Yeah.
Seabrook, isn't it?
But I've got salt, so that's close as I can get on that one.
It's the right shape, so we'll go there with that.
You want to stop putting that in the middle, keep going to do the thing. It's doing the other one trick on me again.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is more Michelle's fault than mine, obviously. But hopefully it delivers and it's a great beer. Ooh, not bad for you.
Looking
right.
good, looking good.
Right.
I'll let you get a picture.
I'll do a quick picture of that before we hit 10 minutes, before we've even had a sip of... I've beaten Bazza here, haven't I?
Okay, so the first thing that I'm noticing with this, I'm picking up on those predominant hops, is what I expected.
Yeah, and they're all described. You can see the back of the can there. That is very professionally done
Wow,
with everything.
this is really woody, piney, hoppy. you're not going to like that at all.
Christ. Lucky
Yeah,
I've
that
got a wife.
pininess is almost giving it a kind of dank smell to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll give it a go, but I'm not the best one to review.
If you are
any of
picking
these.
out a West Coast IPA, you are picking it out for this distinct reason that you want them predominant hops. This is going to deliver. Yeah, that's exactly as I expected it to be. It's everything it says on the can. They've used some hops that I actually had to look up because they weren't ones that I had come across before.
It's got some flavour, definitely.
It really is that predominant hoppy feel to it. It has a really woody, earthy kind of taste to it. There's a pineness, a dampness to it. This is going to be a favourite of people who enjoy this style of beer. It's going to be right up there with their favourites. For me, it's one of those ones I've got to be in the mood for it because it is very, very predominant with the flavours.
The 7%, that's quite well hidden as well, isn't it?
Those flavours that you are getting there are just, they are just rounded out by the alcohol. They're not overtaken by the alcohol. Because sometimes, like with Belgian beers, you get a really high one with the alcohol and you just kind of get the burning in the back of your throat and you lose all the taste. You are not getting that with this.
No,
Alcohol's
I get that.
really well hidden.
Yeah, you wouldn't get the 7%, would you? I get
This is
that.
really
And it does have
earthy.
some real vibrant fruit flavours going through it.
For me, this is, it's not fruity.
So I'm
It's
getting fruit
earthy,
going
it's
through
dank, it's piney. It really does give you that real back to nature kind of feel to it. I'm not particularly, I haven't tried some of the hops that are in this one. It's been a little bit of a revelation, but I can say that what I'm tasting I'm actually enjoying. This particular style is a lovely style if this is what you like, but you have to like this because the flavours are very predominant.
Yeah, no, I'll get that.
Mm.
But hoppy is like a West Coast IPA is meant to be.
It is. If you're picking this style of beer, this is what you're expecting. You're going to love it. I really love it. It really is full of flavour. Oh, the pininess, the earthiness, it's wonderful. Yeah, there's a really good combination of flavours in there. Not for everyone's palate. If you're not into this style of beer, you're not going to like this. But if you are, this is a real treat for your taste buds.
Yeah, no, I can get that. As I say, for me, I don't mind them, do I? But I'm never going to be a huge fan. I named the 4 type of beers I like.
It's not his thing.
But I don't mind it. I say I get, yeah, the pininess, but I get like grapefruit and not like passion fruit, but there's like
there is a
stone fruits running
there is
through
a
it for me.
gentle fruitiness that is just lying under those more predominant flavours, which just gives you a little bit of balance for the more earthy, natural kind of piney flavours and dankness in there. But it's really subtle. You have to be of a certain type of palate to pick up on it. For me, this is really well balanced. I would definitely drink this again, and I think it's worth the money. This is. Oh, yeah. Okay, we can do that actually.
Yeah,
Let's make this a bit of a longer one. Why not?
That's what I'm trying to say. So, as you're rating it, we're going to bring one of your favourites in, aren't we?
Yeah.
And this is a personal favourite of yours.
I do absolutely love this one.
We've got a glass here, luckily for you. So we're going to kind of just make it a bit more interesting. So they bounce off each other, how they compare. This being 6% rather than 7%. And quite similar. No, actually.
On paper they're similar.
Yeah, that's different, isn't it?
But looking at the hops, Hackney Church have used more traditional hops. I know the hops that are in this one. There were some in this one that I hadn't come across before. Immediately I'm picking up on more citrus, grapefruit kind of vibe from this one. It's more fruity. Whereas this one is more earthy.
No, much more on that. It's not too hoppy for me. And the grapefruit, the citrus, the zestiness is running all the way through.
Yep. They are both amazing, but they are different. They can be called the same thing on paper, but they are totally different. This is wonderful. It's wonderfully hoppy. It has massive amounts of citrus. There's grapefruit in there. There's the traditional hops that a lot of people use. Not quite as well as Hackney Church do, but you are getting those flavours in there. You are getting the citrus, you're getting the grapefruit. It's much more fruity, and I think popularity-wise, this is going to be more acceptable to a lot of people's palates. That doesn't take away from what these guys have done here. The earthiness, the dankness that's in there. But IPA drinkers, it's kind of that kind of buzz that you're looking for sometimes.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. On a personal preference, I do prefer the more fruity style. So the Hackney Church is winning it for me.
Yeah, see, for me, I just find that little bit hoppy, but the Stitch Up, obviously, but that's just me. And everyone knows that. Everyone that knows me that watches this video will know. And I got away with this one, didn't I?
Both of them on the front of the can are saying West Coast IPA, and they are both totally right. They are both West Coast IPA, but that just proves that you really have to look into your hops and know it and kind of research the flavours that you get from them and know what to expect from them. I love both of them.
No, that's fair enough.
This one is earthy, dank, piney. This one is citrus, grapefruit. Both of them bursting with hops at the end. Both massively great examples of a West Coast IPA. I'm going to call it a draw. It's like two heavyweights in a boxing ring. Both are wonderful.
Can't be Fury and Joshua then.
With slightly different styles, but I would quite happily drink either again.
Are you going to give Stitch Up a rating out of 10? You've already done this one.
What did I give this one? Must have been about an 8 or 9. Must have been 9.
A 9, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So if this was a 9, this is also a 9. Totally different on the taste buds, but that doesn't take anything away from it. It's really good. It's really well balanced. So, yeah.
Much for much.
Yep.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Just more
If you like your fruity style, this one is definitely going to be more for you. Predominantly hoppy on both of them. This one is more earthy and piney.
Right. I think we've done everyone's nutting. If anyone gets this far,
They
it'd be a miracle.
love for anyone who enjoys this style of beers. Come and comment, come and chat to me about this, because it's not Paul's thing. I'd love to talk to you about these type of beers.
I don't only reply half the time because I have to, otherwise it keeps coming up. But she will reply on her own personal
Yeah.
account. Right.
Thank you for watching.
Bonjour.